Hey guys and girls, I'm here again. I'm going to do a short live once more, and um, it's the first time that we are going to do this together. And here she is. So hang on. If we can get Maria to join.
Got it.
Ah,
Yay!
there you are! Great.
Tap the screen. Okay. Okay, you can see me now. This is my first time ever going live on Instagram. Thank you for
Oh,
engaging. Yes. Pajamas and wet hair. But talking about seizing the moment.
yeah, exactly. So, I'm going to start my timer, and that's because of me, because I know me. I just was on Sandman Show live, and I was like, oh, I'm just going on there. You know, at the very end, that it's max 10 minutes, and we got to talk for over an hour. and,
That's
I,
great.
and I had a similar IG live earlier today. I 2 hour plus live. And Michael, that's okay. He typed something. I said maybe he can explain otherwise to you what you need to do because
This is great, though. I'm so glad you're helping me break the ice with this.
yeah, so lovely to see you. So
Nice.
do you participate? No, let's for the viewers who don't know this, we are part of a movement maker program from Evan Carmichael, and Evan is the YouTube expert out there. I saw him in 2019 live at Brandenburg Church. We even danced the salsa. I'm forever indebted to him for doing so. There's a whole story behind that. Anyway, he has this challenge. He wants us to do collaborations with one another. And for those who have done it more often, like me, he has said, find some fresh people out there, some fresh blood. So they get comfortable doing IG Lives too. And I have to admit, I got addicted to it. So be warned.
That's
So
great.
this month's theme is about gratitude. And what's the first thing that pops in your mind when you think about gratitude?
Oh, gosh, I have so much to be grateful for. Um, Most recently, I'm really grateful for the momentum that I feel is building the last couple of weeks since I've been just engaging more with Evan's content, and just 2 days ago, I stepped into Movement Makers, and it just feels so good to to take those scary steps.
Yeah. So what's your goal? What do you want to get out there?
So I want to, I really want to learn how to improve my YouTube channel so that I can serve more people and increase my reach with my message of helping women that struggle with. I help women with food, weight, and body image issues and go beyond dieting and just really stand in their life with more fullness. And I believe very much, I'm very passionate about this topic, and it's really my story leads me to this work. And the last couple of years, I've been sort of going in circles trying to figure out how to bring my message to to the internet. I had a brick and mortar office here before COVID and all of that. And even before COVID started, I decided that I wanted to do this. So I've been learning a lot and reaching out, and I just feel like this is perfect timing for me, this group. And I'm grateful right now for you reaching out to me and just having me do this, because I really am in the momentum of like, just do it, just jump in and do it. So yeah, and I have a lot. I mean, I'm healthy. I have a beautiful family. I have a wonderful husband. I have healthy grandchildren. So I have a lot to be grateful for. And I'm living in the land of the free and the brave. I feel like I'm free here, I'm free to.
So where do you live?
I live on the West Coast in Oregon. I have a New York accent because I'm a New Yorker at heart, born and raised there. But I
Hmm.
moved out to the West Coast about 9, 10 years ago. How about you, Lexi? Where are you from?
I'm from across the Atlantic Ocean. I'm in Europe, in the Netherlands, so it's 5 in the morning right now.
Oh my God.
Yes.
You get up early or you haven't been to sleep yet?
I actually did sleep. I fell asleep around midnight or before that probably. I was pretty tired after doing my 2 hour live with Frank earlier today, which was from 8 till past 10 my time. So then I slept for a while. And then Zen was on with his show, so I woke up around, well, about 2 hours ago, and I gave some comments on his YouTube channel, and then I thought, well, then I wished him a bon appetit, and I said, well, I'm tempted to go live and wish you bon appetit, which, by the way, is French, not Dutch, for those who don't know. And he wanted that, so, and then we ended up another hour. Uh, so that's why I said I'm going to set the alarm right now because I know me. So I can go home for hours. So, but I love it that you're here. So if I understand you're very content with your life, you have your family, everything. You're in a good place. So body image, where does it come from? What's your story linked to body image?
Oh, my story, to start from the beginning. So I grew up as a very, very overweight kid. By the time I was 12, I was like 160 pounds and I'm 5'2", so I wasn't ever any taller. And it really affected my self-esteem and how I felt about the world. And, I was bullied and made fun of. And so there were a lot of layers to that. In hindsight, I realized that, using food to sort of anesthetize myself and getting overweight was really a mechanism that kept me safe in a traumatic environment growing up. And so throughout my teenage years and into my adulthood, I went on diets, I became anorexic, I became bulimic, I went the whole 9 yards and just shifted. And a lot of my self-esteem was based on my weight. And it was I can go into a lot of around this. However, I always felt deep down that the creator did not create us to be in so much pain, and there was a solution to this. I just wanted peace, and I also wanted to have a healthy body. And so that inspired me to do so much. I mean, I went back to college. I got involved in addictive behaviors. I worked in an eating disorder unit. I became a yoga teacher. I do energy work. All of this was to sort of solve my problem. And along the way, I started teaching yoga classes or teaching classes, and I started coaching the women that I was a couple of steps ahead of. And I realized that that's my passion, to coach and to support and to lift. And, I do feel I so resonate with Evan, because I feel like that's the thing, is believe. Like, I know for me, I need to believe more in myself. But I also feel like one of the things that I really get great pleasure in is helping people to believe that they can do that there are answers, that we can get to the other side of this and make our weaknesses into strengths, and live healthier and happier and free. And I work particularly with women, because I think women sort of struggle with filling their self up, putting their needs first, feeling good about themselves. It's a different, I mean, I know not all women are the same and it's not stereotypical, but I tend to resonate more and work more with women. So I work with everything from people that are struggling with emotional eating, addictive behaviors around food, and even other addictions. And because for me, I had, my background was, with food, but when I was like okay with food, then I would flip into other addictive behaviors, just to run away from myself and not be present to myself, or to run away from some of the traumas and the deeper things that needed to be addressed. So really, I help women to get comfortable in their bodies, start to love themselves and treat themselves with respect and dignity, so that they can live and step into the world and bring their gifts.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, we can see you succeeded. That's there's no doubt about it. So, and yeah, it's true. It's true when you have experience with certain things, because you want to know the answers to your own problem, challenge, whatever you want to call it. That's basically when you gather all that knowledge. Like, oh, I might be able to help other people out. You know, it just happens. You start
Yeah.
talking about it, you start giving advice, and then at some point you might decide to do more with it on a more professional level. So I totally get it. So so if you have a magic wand, what would you wish for women in 2021? And maybe how many people would you like to help? Do you have
Mm.
something in mind?
Whew. Um, I haven't really thought of a number of how many women. I wish for women in 2021 that they know in their heart of hearts how valuable they are and that they have an important gift to share and that they don't need to base their self-esteem or what they on what they look like. It's an inside out job. When you're treating yourself and loving yourself on the inside, then you shine, then you're beautiful, so and make your life dependent on what others may think of them, or that their um how they feel about themselves is most important. And then we teach people how to treat us. So when we really do respect ourselves, we get that respect. So it's learning how to cultivate that. And I wish for every woman, because not only, I have a granddaughter who is like the sweetest thing, who, she's not plagued with all these issues that so many women in our culture struggle with, about the body image and the food and all of that. And I just think that, we want to get beyond that. So that's what I wish for women, that they can find the solutions to bring peace within themselves, so that they can then, like I said before, bring their particular gifts into the world without undermining themselves or self-sabotaging themselves with destructive behaviors. And I wish that for men too.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. I like what you said about shining from the inside out. And of course it applies to both men and women. So and what I also really liked about what you said is you teach others on a subconscious level, of course, how to be treated. I don't know if you actually said it, but that's the way I
Yeah,
actually teach people.
we
Yeah,
know how to treat us.
yeah.
Yes.
So it's by setting our boundaries or not setting boundaries that we actually teach them, and it's also a reaction to how you come across. So um, here's the thing: it's almost the end of the year. It's almost Christmas. Um, I don't know how many people out there use New Year's resolutions, but festivities are on the way, which means unhealthy food, fatty food is on the way too. Um, and I don't know if you have this across the ocean, but we have, and ooh, I wouldn't know how to translate this actually. We have this benkei. It's like it's made from almonds, but it's really sticky stuff. It's like very sugary substance. I
What's it?
might
It's called what?
well, let me give me a second.
Okay.
Um, I'm going to look it up on the iPad. Um, I know a lot of words, but some words I don't know.
Are you looking for the English word?
Yes, it's. Oh, no, that's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, what they now do is they translate the word to food. That's not what I was looking for. here. Almond paste. That's the
Um,
word I was looking for.
oh, so it's like a gluey type of like a liquidy.
Yeah, it's like this big, and it's stuffing inside what we call, let's see.
Is it like an almond? Oh, like an almond, like marzipan?
Yeah, you could say it's not like that, but we get there. Yeah, yeah. So
Oh,
it's more sugary. It's more
yeah.
dough dough like. It's not that your teeth immediately fall out like with marzipan, but it's not that different. Yeah, it's more. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's typical Dutch. I have no clue about it. But
When my husband's German, so
he must know it.
he
Yeah, he
speaks.
must know it.
I'll ask him. He went
Yeah.
out for in the rain.
Yeah, he must know it. So I know a lot of people are going to say right now, let's take advantage of that we can still eat a lot, and then in the new year we start again fresh all over. What would you say to those people?
So I would say I'm a real big believer in finding balance in your life
Hmm.
and making choices. And
Hmm.
like the Last Supper mentality or the diet mentality is not sustainable. So integrating treats that really you enjoy into your life day to day is really important. So finding ways, because if you know that, oh, I can eat a little bit of that today and a little bit of that tomorrow, the need to eat it all at once is less, it's less pulling, right? Because that whole like Last Supper mentality, I'm tomorrow I'm going to start, is sort of a way to sort of justify the guilt of why you're eating it in the first place. So
Yeah.
it's really how to eat without guilt and allowing yourself the pleasure of eating. It's conscious and mindful, and that's a practice. And one of the one of the techniques that I use is something called tapping, emotional freedom techniques, and it really helps to release the physiological addiction we have to certain things, because there's not only an emotional connection to certain foods, but there's also a physiological connection, and the food industry goes through great pains to make food highly addictive.
Yeah.
So we can release a lot of that through some energy work, and then you can be much more neutral. And I think it's really important to enjoy your food and have pleasure. I look at kids, they enjoy it and they have pleasure, and they stop when they're full. My granddaughter, again, she takes one bite. She's got a sweet tooth. She takes one bite. She knows it's going to be there later or tomorrow. It's not calling her. So I think, this black and white, this diet mentality has really infiltrated our thinking, and it doesn't create balance, and it doesn't create sustainability. So what I would say is let yourself sit down, put it on a plate, enjoy some, release the guilt, because you don't want to eat guilt. When you're eating guilt, it doesn't allow your body to assimilate, and then get on with it. What else gives you pleasure in your day? Where else do you want sweetness in your life? And fill up your life with all of those other things besides food that bring pleasure and sweetness. And you can, doing that consistently, you can find a lot of freedom out of those foods,
I
out of that
love it.
quality. Excuse me?
I love it what you're saying. Eating without the guilt and really enjoying it. And I've told myself to, okay, you can eat it now, and if you want some later, it's okay. And I also, I'm just waving to a friend right now. I also learned to drink more water, so you also get filled up a little bit, because I've noticed that before my body says stop, it doesn't. It goes slowly, too slowly. So I need to give myself another stimulant first, so I actually feel full. And probably the result is that because we were with five. when we were growing up, 3 kids and my parents, and we didn't have much money. And then on Sundays we would sit around the kitchen table, and there would be this thing with all these cookies, on the plate, or the cake sliced, and there would be the chocolate paste in between and all that stuff. So you get where I'm going. So food
Yes.
basically was our reward. And at some point, I discovered when I was growing really big very quickly, when I was 11, oh, I can eat a lot, And and then of course I had to really had to learn that that's not needed. So yeah, but I like it what you say about the less supper. So it's not the
Yeah.
less supper. We still can eat whatever we want.
Yeah.
We don't have to wait for it till the holidays.
And don't eat guilt. But
Yes.
what you were talking about, Lexi, is important because the emotional connection, you recognize that the food was a reward, but there was also a sense of community. And sometimes when we're missing our family,
Yeah.
a box of cookies is not going to actually make us, I mean, on some level, we'll feel a sense of, okay, but really bringing back that memory or getting on the phone and calling your family, or that's what's going to really fill you up. And we do associate the eating, it's like Pavlov's dog, right? When we're missing those hugs, or we're missing that family connection, then we want to eat.
Yeah.
So
You're trained.
that. And it's really okay if you make the choice to eat, try to release the guilt around it, but also asking yourself the question, what am I really hungry for? Like, am I hungry for a hug? Am I hungry for some connection? Am I hungry for my family? And around the holiday time, sometimes there's even some sadness and grief because we're missing that, especially with COVID. A lot of people are isolated. So it's learning how to be more conscious and aware. And the other thing is, how do you feel after you eat that? Like, I know for me, I choose not to eat certain things because I don't like the way I feel the next day. Like, I want to be sharp the next day. So I'm not going to eat a lot of junk the night before because my head is not going to be clear. I'm not going to be thinking. But that's a choice I make. It's like a book is not telling me, a nutritionist is not telling me. I'm making that choice because I want to feel better. So ultimately, empowering yourself to master yourself, tune into how you feel, and then, do I really want to make that choice?
Yes. Joe is actually saying I can relate to that. I know she's going to be having a hard time with the holidays because she lost her husband last year due to COVID. You nailed it on the head straight away. So and yeah, that's um, and I like what you said about why am I eating? Is it because of the hug? Is it because of the emotional connection? And I don't know. Are you going to create a lead magnet this month still?
Am I
Because
going?
it would a lead magnet like a PDF. Because this would be so cool if you would
I have
have a
a magnet. It's called 3 Essential Steps to Stop Emotional Eating. And
okay.
figured out how to put it in my bio on Instagram. I have a Facebook page and I've been putting it on my, but I'm going to figure out how to put it on my bio on Instagram. That'll be
Yeah.
actually,
Do you have a website link where they can find it?
what's that? I do have a website called bodyconfidencesolutions.com. And if you go to my website, on the top, they'll just say free ebook and you can click that on.
Yeah.
And
And so when you click that one, copy the link and then
with,
post that one in your bio from Instagram.
okay. And I can
That's all you
actually
need to do.
put let me see right here. I can just
Yeah,
put,
and Jo says she eats when she needs comfort. Yes, it's instant satisfaction, so that makes sense. But I love what you say, and if people out there could know before the holidays, if you could just do some videos on it, why do you eat? Is it because the family is together and we overeat? Is it because they are not there and you still want some comfort from it? And the funny thing is that I've been losing weight, and in the last couple of months, people really have noticed it, and some think it's because I'm capable of working out more nowadays because I've always walked with crutches. But actually, it is because my mom is no longer alive,
Because
and
your
because
body,
my mom passed away this February, and my dad passed away 9 years before that. And because we had this thing like we enjoyed good food, that was our main thing. So
yeah.
whenever I was there, I would drink tea the English style, black, with milk and sugar, and there were always cookies. And well, I would she wouldn't eat anymore, in the end. So the only thing to make her less cranky and happy again was to go there around. Yeah, so what you need to do is put a slash behind bodyconfidencesolutions.com and then put in there what the reference is to your lead magnet.
Okay, you said slash behind. Okay.
Yeah, so I've got chikaracc.com slash start to speak out now.
Okay.
So,
It was
Joe is going to look at
that.
it. But anyway, since she just passed away, I didn't go over there. Didn't need to feed her literally, and she could
Mhm.
only eat the soft stuff at the end. So I would be literally slicing and feeding her bits and pieces of cake, and giving her the sugary substance because she didn't eat properly anymore. It at least made her feel alive again and ready to come out of bed. So and I don't usually eat the sugary substance. I don't like it. So I don't. But I did overeat when I would be there. And now that I'm not going there anymore, I eat a lot healthier because I
Mhm.
don't have the need to eat what I was eating over there.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah.
Yeah. Well, get the ebook because I think you'll appreciate the steps in there. It'll be helpful. Stress is really a culprit in overeating. And it's not only the physical stress of, our busy lives, but the emotional stress. A lot of times when we're going through challenging times or change in itself is stressful, even if it's positive change, it's stressful. So the stress, managing your stress is really important so that you're not as reactive. Because when we're stressed, the body is the body really wants to self-regulate. And so when we're overstressed, our cortisol and our adrenals are flooding our system. And so food will calm us down and help us to self-regulate. So there's positive ways of doing that, to increase your serotonin and to help your body to be more at peace and at ease.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a short-term solution. That's the thing.
What's that?
It's a short-term solution. So it's instantly satisfactory, and then you crave that feeling again, and so you do it again.
Short term, you mean to address if you're addressing the stress?
No, 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 no. If you eat, then it
Oh, yeah.
releases certain hormones, but it's like for
Yes, that's the bottom line is it is a short-term solution, and ultimately it ends up making you feel bad about yourself or you feel guilty or it chips away at your self-esteem because you're just doing like a destructive pattern there, right? But
yeah.
when you can say, no, I'm going to just find another way, an alternative way to honor my body and to self-regulate and to de-stress, then I love that Evan jumps on the I've been doing that since COVID. I have a mini trampoline that between clients, because I've been seeing most of my clients through Zoom, I just jump on the mini trampoline. And it's great because it's a great way to get the stress out of your body.
Yeah, that's very true. I totally agree. And what I could recommend people is, oh, Angela sending all these hearts.
You
um,
recommend what?
is that when you do eat something, like you said, do it without guilt, but try if you can do something else to compensate it. So either eat something less of something like I do, maybe drink a little bit water, or walk an extra mile,
Yeah.
do grocery shopping on your bike instead of with your car if that's possible. Those tiny little things.
And
Get on
another
the trampoline.
important thing is to put the good stuff in. So eating lots of healthy, nourishing foods is going to create a balance in your body. Because when we try to go, when we're erratic with our food, first of all, it's stressful for the body. When we're eating regular meals, the body feels a sense of comfort and feels safe. When we're starving ourselves and then overeating, it's very erratic. So when you put a lot of the good stuff in, it doesn't leave a lot of space for the other stuff. It's like life, right? When we put a lot of good relationships in our life, there's not room for the other stuff, the niggly stuff that bothers us. So I'm a big believer in putting in the good stuff, and you're less tempted to want to put junk into your body,
Yeah, that's true. I learned when I was at some point I went to the gym a lot. That was one of the few things I could do. So a lot of people who are working out, they tend to go on this sort of diet. So I was training alongside bodybuilders for a while. So I had like 7 meals a day, and we figured out that carbs and carbs and me, we don't go very well together. But here's the thing: I also learned because I'm one of those people who get hangry, literally, and there are a few out there who actually recognize it before I do. Because I don't have the sensation of being hungry, but they notice it because I'm getting more agitated. I can't focus as well, so they know that.
My husband just came home.
Hello, husband from Maria. Maria. Oh, maybe he knows about what I talk
tell him
about.
Lexi, tell him what that food you were talking about. Can you see? Yeah. Say hello, Ari.
Yeah, hi. I understand you're German. We have something. It's like this specific thing for the holidays. It's like round. It's made from pastry, and within it is a Mendel paste. It's the sugary stuff. It's like a golden color.
The Mendel paste.
Marzipan.
Yeah, you with the tulbans, and in there is the Mendel paste stuff. And
Yeah.
it's really thick, and it's really sugary, and it's really fatty.
The paste is almond paste. That's marzipan. It's very sugary. Yeah. So
is it marzipan?
No, it's not marzipan.
It's not much.
Maybe you can explain it to one another after our conversation. But there's a difference, and he'll know the difference. So he already knows what I'm talking about when I'm talking about almond paste. So, so just to wrap it up, because we're far over the 15 minutes. I totally loved what you said about don't feel guilty, don't use the excuse of having a last supper, and be aware that in lost moments you actually have food at hand, because that was basically what I was talking about. So when I get up and I don't have a lot of time, I usually create a shake, and people are like, what, a shake? And I say, yeah, I take half almond milk, I take half water, I put protein powder in there, the vanilla taste, I really love it, a little bit of cinnamon, and sometimes I use chocolate soy milk and orange juice, and I also put in the chocolate protein powder with a bit of cinnamon. But it's over half a liter, so it fills up, and it's a great boost of the day.
That's wonderful.
Because we need the protein anyway.
So remembering to feed yourself is how we teach our body that we're respecting it.
Yes, I love it.
You would not feed your kids, right?
No, that's true. That's true. So
there you go.
Yeah. So we made half an hour. So
Lexi,
you have had your first baptized.
This was fun.
Let's do it together again, maybe before Christmas, because a lot of people could, especially when they know Christmas Eve is on the verge of happening, are probably going to buy all this stuff comfort food, and maybe we can give them some other solutions besides comfort
Yeah,
food.
I would love to do that. And I'm going to figure it out in the next, either tonight or by tomorrow morning, how to get the link into my bio on Instagram. In the meantime, I put my website here, so
Yeah,
you
I
can
saw
click
it.
on,
I'm going to put it
yeah,
in the description later on. And I'll make sure that let me do it right now before it disappears. And oh, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm just going to write it down.
maybe next time I can learn more about what you do, Lexi. I want to know what you do besides reaching out and being so
I give
supportive.
people a voice. That's what we just
There you
did.
go.
That's what I'm doing.
There you go. Love
I
it.
guide people who do not know how to get out there, and I basically put them at ease. And I'll go and basically listen to what you're telling me, know what I'm resonating with, giving you a little bit back, so you know a little bit about me as well, and that's about it. And
Well,
and promote you as well. That's what we do. so
thank you so
so
much.
before I forget, go to the page where you can find your PDF, or at least where they have to leave their name and their email address. Copy
Yes.
and paste the link and put that URL in the Instagram bio.
Okay.
So some last words for those who are still watching or
Yeah.
will be watching.
So, last words. I hope throughout this holiday season that you allow yourself to experience joy and connection and community and appreciate yourself and each other.
I love it what you say about appreciate yourself and the others. And I would like to add, if you don't have anywhere to go, we have the internet nowadays. Don't be afraid to reach out to people you do not know. We didn't know one another like a little over half an hour ago either. So, and community, especially when you have something in common, is a great way to spend time with other people. And also make yourself comfortable, and not just with comfort food, unless it's healthy comfort food, but also with, okay, maybe the Christmas tree, the lights, some good music, and maybe talk on the phone with some friends, that
Yeah.
stuff.
And I also have a tendency to be down this time of the year. Reaching out and helping someone else will always lift you up.
Yeah. Oh, and what I heard recently, we make our own Christmas ornaments over here. We get the fresh pine needles, those branches, and we get the ornaments from the Christmas tree, the balls, and all that stuff, and we just make it into a nice um, decorative piece, which smells good as well. So that's always a fun thing to do, if you don't mind the mess afterwards.
Nothing like the homemade gifts or decorations,
Yeah. So be creative. That's basically what I would say.
I like your hat. I'm going to
Thank you.
go because I know it's early and I appreciate this
Well,
time
it's
that
late actually. I still have to go for my second round of sleep.
you have to go what? Where?
I now have to go to sleep again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't get up early morning. I go to sleep early morning. That's me. So it's just easier. So,
Okay.
so thank you for this conversation about gratitude, about good food, about not feeling guilty but enjoying it, and being mindful about what you eat and why you eat when you eat it. And
Yeah.
yeah, we'll talk soon again.
Yes. Thank you. This was a pleasure. Have a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are in your day.
Yes,
And
I agree.
And I hope that we can connect again before the holidays.
Oh, we are going to. We are
All right.
going to. No worries.
Now you have,
So,
I better take care.
okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Just press the X now. How do I get out? Just press the
I
X?
press the X and you're out.
Okay. Thank you, Lexi. Bye-bye.